Pagliariccio in the black with the Italian flag trim. Ayton Hitman de Paepe in the green with black trim.
De Paepe opening up quickly here, looking to set his range early, taking the center of the cage. Lovely push kick from Pagliariccio, though, tries to beat him back a little bit more.
You never know with these fighters where they've got 5 or less fights on their record, they're undefeated, but they're a bit of an unknown quantity sometimes, Josh.
Yeah, they certainly can be, and you know, they improve so much between each bout as well. That's the tough thing for them, but it's De Paepe looking to go to work here. He timed that entry beautifully, but stuck up against the cage at the moment.
Yeah, pressure from the Belgian fighter early on here. Nice takedown up against the cage there.
Got a beautiful bend in the spine with that body lock. Managed to take him straight down here, and you know, he's cleanly past the guard, but Pagliariccio is going to try and put his back on the fence, walk his way up. Becomes a game of, you know, holding onto the hips to try and pull him back here.
Tanio, keep your toes out of that cage.
And you hear referee Rich Mitchell there for the second time warning the Italian fighter just to be careful of his toes in the cage. De Paepe looks like he's got a grip on the neck there, or he did have.
Yeah, looked for the Bravo choke and jumped on it, but wasn't able to quite lock it up tight enough, and he's got reversed here. I love the intention from De Paepe, but he's let him up now.
Good exchange early on at the start of this Bantamweight tournament. The Italian just 21 years of age.
That takedown came searching from a long way out. No setup, but he did manage to hit it, and he has got to defend his neck here, though. It is going to be hard for Pagliariccio to defend this, because you know he can't extend away. The cage is preventing him from really locking up a guard and any form of control, but it's still awkward for the Belgian.
You've got to think, you look at the other quarterfinal tournament, the semi-finalists rather, in this tournament. A lot of these guys have got really good takedowns, so perhaps that's something that they're going to be keeping an eye on, the ease there at which De Paepe took down his opponent.
Yeah, I mean, that's something just for those guys to think about in the back as well. They've got to keep an eye on what's going on, because, you know, they're all potential cues for what might happen later. Tough to see what the intention from De Paepe is here. He's, you know, he's not paying too much mind to that neck and trying to step over the guard, but he's got to really release the grip on the hips to do something meaningful here. And at that point, you can bet that Pagliariccio is going to try and pop back up.
Interesting to know as well, Josh, that the Italians' 2 submission wins do both come via guillotine choke, so it might behoove the Belgian to keep an eye on that neck, as it were.
Yeah, I mean, look, the position's not, you know, it's not great for him, but he's got a shot if he can keep working. He's trying a chin strap grip with the palm completely over the chin. It's stripped away now, but it's a bit of a modified choke attempt. This is much better for De Paepe.
Looking very comfortable in this position. The Italian scrambles to his feet, but he's going to get taken down again.
You know, if this is the game plan, take him down, wear him down against the cage, it's going to be a long night for him.
And don't forget, unlike normal, Josh, we're in a situation whereby the fighter only has to cleanly win 2 rounds here. We will not have a 3rd round unless the first 2 are even.
Yeah, at the moment, it's very clearly De Paepe in control of this one. I don't think there's any question about that.
And perhaps that's the game plan going into this one for the Belgian. He doesn't necessarily want to take any risk. He's happy to sit in the guard, wear the clock down, and get these points in the bank.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He doesn't have to do anything. You know, he's going to conserve a certain amount of energy here.
Use your
really,
position.
the onus is on Pagliariccio to get back up at this point. Yeah, he did look like he was going to throw a submission up earlier, a bit of a triangle setup when they were previously in this position, but you know, right now he's languishing on the bottom here, and he's got to do something to get back to his feet.
Yeah, for the first time in this contest, we heard the referee ask Ayton de Paepe to use his position there. Nice knees to the body on the far side from the Belgian there. 15 seconds left in the round, and that's a clear one for Ayton de Paepe.
No question at all. It's a good round for him. It's a controlling round. He was able to hit his takedowns timed nicely. You know, no real damage suffered from either man, but he's going to take a 10-9 for control, undoubtedly.
First round in the bag there. Unfortunately, my Italian isn't great, but the Italian fighter, Tanio Pagliariccio, was gesticulating to his corner. Looked like he had some strong words, maybe a little bit of frustration on the part of the 21-year-old there.
Okay, so look, here's what Pagliariccio's got to do coming to this one. Stop that takedown. Neither takedown has been set up particularly well so far. There's plenty of opportunities to counter them. He's got to use footwork to get away from the cage. He's got to try and use his range to keep him back at least a little bit. And he cannot accept any position. That is going to be critical for him. If de Paepe gets anywhere near his hips, he's got to fight to just stop that position happening. So if he ends up on the bottom again, it's game over for him.
Perhaps could be looking for a nice, crisp knee up the center if that shot comes in from the same kind of distance again. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Second round about to get underway in front of this especially invited audience here at the BT studio for Cage Warriors Unplugged #2. Nice start from Ayton de Paepe.
Yeah, he's going to set up a shot here again. He's backing him up against the cage. Pagliariccio's got to get on his bike. He's got to use some of that lateral movement.
And the young Italian's getting caught here. Tries the high kick, but nothing really on it. And it's the Belgian strikes that are a little bit stiff, a little bit crisper.
Yeah, he's switched stance now, well, back to orthodox. But he's looking light on his feet, but he's got to find some way of actually making second guess the shots. See, there's no real zip on those, you know, they're kind of almost like feelers and still trying to establish some range.
And he's not going to win this contest by point fighting. He needs to take this round on the scorecards comfortably. 1 minute down in what could be the final round of this alternate bout, the bantamweight contest. Nice right hand there from Ayton de Paepe.
De Paepe's just using his range a little bit better at the moment. You know, he's landing first, he's getting in, he's getting out, he's controlling the center of the cage. You know, they're pretty even on kind of shots thrown, but nothing of significance from either fighter yet in this round.
And the stand-up of the Belgian fighters looking so crisp.
That was just a slow shot. A little bit too upright when he went in as well.
Yeah, easy work there for de Paepe to stuff that one and crush his man up against the cage.
Yeah, de Paepe could get slightly better head position here. At the moment, he's just slowing the pace down, leaning his weight on him. He's trying to connect his hands here for the takedown. He's done a good job, but nice wide base from the Italian.
3 minutes remaining in this round and potentially this contest. Both men still jockeying for position up against the cage here.
Yeah, de Paepe tried the same body lock takedown, looking for an inside reach throw there. And that's better from Pagliariccio. You know, he was able to slow that down and defend some of those takedowns, but he's got to go to work. He's got to get offense on the board.
Everything Ayton de Paepe throws here is landing. He's got his range down. Well, I think it's the age, I think it's the experience here from the Belgian fighter which is taking over.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's got twice as many fights as Pagliariccio on his record. So, you know, that fight IQ, you know, knowing when you're in deep water what you've got to change, jumping knee to close the distance there. But again, he's just going to wear on him. It's really going to be down to Pagliariccio to get out of this position, and he hasn't got long left to do it.
And worth bearing in mind as well that Ayton de Paepe could have it in the back of his mind that if he does win this one, he's going to be the fighter in this tournament with the longest recovery time.
We've got our next two tournament semis coming up next, so there's not going to be too much in it, but right now he's been able to mitigate any damage at all, so you know, no real wear and tear for him. He scores a good takedown, the side control again, and it would surprise me, I have to say, if the Italian's able to get back to his feet easily and cleanly here.
Yeah, it's been fairly one-way traffic so far in terms of the grappling exchanges especially. And as we head into the home stretch of this round, it looks like it'll be the home stretch of the fight as well, bearing a miracle on the part of the Italian fighter.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's facing out, he's throwing these knees, he's just doing enough to maintain position and keep ticking over. You know, he definitely doesn't need to take any risks here, something we spoke about in the first round.
Nice knees to the upper arm and the body there from Ayton de Paepe. Putting points on the board.
Yeah, it's a composed performance here. It's positionally fairly sound, but at the same time, you know, Pagliariccio just isn't throwing anything at him that he has to worry about. He's not actively trying to get up from this position. There are a lot of things he could be doing. He could be turning on his hip more, could be trying to fight, get some frames inside, put that back on the cage a little bit more, but right now he's just locked down. I don't think he's going anywhere.
Well, job number one here is not to impress anybody. It's to come out of this fight with no damage and make sure that if the opportunity arises, you're fit to take it. That's exactly what Ayton de Paepe is doing here. Final 10 seconds of the round, looking for a big finish.
Nice short shots from half guard to end.
Big from the Belgian, finish the fight.
It would be highly suspect, I think, if we were going to go to a third round there. I think it's pretty cleanly 2 rounds going to Ayton de Paepe.
I'd say stranger things have happened in MMA, but I'm not sure that they have. Ayton de Paepe very, very comfortable there in his victory. And that's the situation we're in now, Josh. Ayton de Paepe is going to be the alternate in this tournament, so he's going to have to take a look at our next 2 semi-final bouts and see where he slots in. And I wonder if he's got a particular fighter that he's going to be pulling for in these brackets.
I'm sure he'll be thinking about it, that's for sure, especially having faced one of them before.
Marco Kovacevic, Josh Crazy Horse Reed, then of course Jack Cartwright, Scott Boom Boom Malone as well. All 4 men will be vying for a spot in our tournament final, which will be our main event tonight here at Cage Warriors Unplugged 2. Judges here at Cage Side telling their scorecards, and our MC, Mr. Hal Chaplin, enters the cage to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of mixed martial arts action, we go to the judges' scorecards. Your judges have scored this bout 2018, 2018, and 2017 in favor of your winner by way of unanimous decision. In the red corner, Ayton de Paepe.
Well, the Hitman scores a direct hit here in the alternate bout of our Bantamweight tournament.